Good morning and happy Sunday to all of you wonderful people out there. Okay, a little embarrassing, but I forgot to click the live button earlier. Okay, so I've learned a lot, and a lot of things that I've heard before in the past starts to make sense now due to the extra information that I've gained through that of which I've learned over these past few weeks. I finally understood what other TIs meant by the term chatterbox. What a chatterbox is, and I'm going to explain in detail. What a chatterbox is a person who is not going off of their own consciousness. Instead, they're going off of the consciousness, that semi consciousness, which is the AI that is infecting and attaching itself to them. Now, as a cause and effect of this, they are mistaking the thought input that's coming from that AI as their own. So naturally, as a person's own consciousness and their own thinking patterns would give them thoughts, different references, things to say, things to talk about, and whatnot. Instead of it coming from the human consciousness, it's coming from a computerized consciousness. So anything that is triggered in a way or a triggered reference to somebody particular is probably going to be mentioned and talked about. So as a result, that person is not it's like they're still somewhat semi in control of their minds, but they're not fully aware of really what's going on. One of the other things that I've noticed is the sense about the sensitization, and I figured out why they do what they do for its exact purposes. Brian too was really on to something when he was mentioning this stuff. The main purpose is all the stuff that they do, all the stuff that they say, all the stuff that they show, all of it, every bit of it is meant to basically divert your focus onto them. That's how this AI is connecting to you. It's through that diverting of your focus. The more control over your focus you have, the more you block them out, the better off it's going to be. Now, you're going to need countermeasures for this because the more and more you ignore them, the more and more, the more and more they're going to try to get your attention. Keep a like something like a body cam on you to where it can record for an entire day without you having to F with it. That is probably the best advice I could give you. Have something to where you don't have to F with, or you don't have to rush to turn it on because there could be footage that you would miss. And as a result of you missing that footage, you've missed an opportunity. However, if you have something that's just in place at all times, they're going to have to F with you at some point. And as a result of them doing that, well, they just giving you more and more evidence to go based off of. What it does is give people the ability to see things from your own perception to where they can come with a more generalized understanding of what you're going through. So as a result of that, now you would be able to now people can understand, okay, this is clearly something's not right here. Why is all these events happening with so many people in so many cases in so many different situations? I'm gonna tell you why. The reason is that this AI is basically connecting itself with all these other people, causing them to act out. And what it's doing is putting them in like a semi-coast type sleep as to which that they're probably not even aware of. However, that's a bit of a stretch to some degree because there's going to be the lack, the time consistency. Are these people realizing that time is going by when they're in this state? And I get the feeling that that there may be programmable compromises for that, to where it's going to give a falsified, reasonable explanation as to why such and such time has passed by, or it's going to black out that thought. Now, I know that's another thing. If you've watched the video of that live stream that I left in the link for all of you in my last vid, what you would have noticed of what they had talked about is that what this stuff is capable of doing is basically like remote controlling a person. So if you have people who can remote control someone, don't you think that they would have certain people in certain places to play their part, while in reality certain things that are happening, certain decisions that just doesn't make sense that are being made that are unfavorable to the people from people in power? Doesn't it seem a little odd? And I'm gonna tell you why it seems a little odd. The reason why is because all of that stuff is coming from the thought process of another person. But in the long term of things, this what I believe at the very core of all of this is that I believe that the people who were studying with this stuff, the people who were effing with all this AI technology when it first kicked off, I believe this stuff was far beyond even their own understanding. And just because of the consistency of how this thing works and operates, I do believe that the people who are effing with it do not have control of it at all. I refuse. I just don't believe it because of what it's generally doing. If it can convince a person to have a thought process that is causing it to basically have more capabilities of interconnecting with people, if it has capabilities like that, and if it has the capability of basically diverting your true thought and replacing it with its own through focus manipulation, then something's clearly not wrong here. Why is it that AI from a military base has the capabilities of going and making independent decisions without any initial commands being given? And it's basically setting in motion to have a missile being launched. Believe it or not, it's happened. We've got people who are even warning about the dangers of AI, such as Elon Musk, but at the same time, the guy is technically doing double speak, because not only is he warning people about the dangers of it, of its capabilities, but he's also working on it to advance it even more. And I'm like you're basically contradicting yourself at this point. I mean, that's just what it is. So it should be pretty obvious as to what's going on. The media isn't going to cover this. People who have taken the one niner, as a call says it, I had a suspicious feeling that this would happen. It wasn't going to be a massive amounts of people just dropping like flies all at once. That would be too obvious. But I had a suspicious feeling that this was going to happen over a period of time. And I tried, dude. I really did try to talk some people out of not getting that, trying to at least urge them to understand that this is something dangerous, that there are people who are aware of it. They're not going to be honest with you. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to lie to you with a straight face. And unfortunately, they went ahead and got it anyway. Guess what it was that they leaned over their heads as a result? Oh, you can't do this, that, or the other. I'm not going to say anything specific because, of course, this AI is watching even as I speak. But yeah, it's literally like that. It's basically trying to convert you into basically getting yourself more indoctrinated into this paradigm catastrophe system that inevitably wants to rob you of your free will and freedom of thought. It's not so much that they want to lock you up, it's that they want to have your mind locked down to where it's bendable to its mentality instead of your own independent mentality, which is the human mentality. One of the other things I've noticed is that whenever it comes to something that we would try to do that inevitably is unfavorable to this program, it blacks out that thought, and over time it seeks to just immediately disrupt that, and it just focus in on that one specific thing that just f it up inevitably. Now there is I can't even well how should I say this? What I wanted to do today is show you guys, if I can, this drone. I'm gonna try to fly it, but I may have to charge it up a bit. I think it ran out of juice earlier, but I'm not 100% certain of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap over to cam. See here. Chat. Oh, camera. This is I thought. Let me just make sure this thing's actively going right. Looks like it. Okay. Oh wait, that wing is not straight. Yeah, that's not enough juice. That's gonna have to wait for a bit. One of the other things I needed to mention and I'm starting to understand why some TIs edit their videos when they make videos. Even as you're talking on cam, once you how should I put this? The next time you see what is being used to sensitize you, or the next time you hear what's being used to sensitize you, whatever these perps do or whatever they show, whatever at all, pay no mind to it, black it out, and just don't even think about anything. What's going to happen is you are going to basically pick up on the thought that's being injected into your mind. And what you're going to realize is that is not your thought. You're not obviously thinking that. It's something coming from some alternate source. This is where the mind manipulation is coming in. They try to, and this is where inevitably the mind control is coming from. What they try to do is divert your focus onto what they're doing, and over time, just like the chatterbox or bots, it's going to convert your mindset into thinking that your mindset is the AI of which is programmable to have a specific way of thought. So they can easily just control the moods and emotions or whatever the AI is going to replicate. So as that's happening, it's connected, to you via brainwave or brain frequency. So naturally, it seeks to try to impose those thoughts and feelings upon yourself, giving you the false ideology that that's inevitably you, when in actuality it's not. So even as I'm speaking to you all right now, yeah, Yeah, no joke. It's not happening right at this minute, but it did happen just a second ago. So if I ever get jolts or anything like that to where this stuff is taking place, I just use countermeasures for it. It's not easy, but when you're able to pick up on this stuff, it becomes a lot easier to manage than it was before. I can't even express how difficult it was at the beginning of dealing with all this. Let me see. I know I left this other battery in here somewhere. Just give me a second. Once I switch the batteries out, then we'll take flight. You guys can see how this thing flies for a bit. I didn't leave it in there, but it must be in my pocket or not. Oh, there it is. Wow, I hit it for myself. Ain't that something? All right, so I just got to switch this out, the other battery, and then you guys can see how it flies. I just hope that this battery pack has enough juice to take flight. I don't think I've charged this one very much either. Okay, almost got it. Here we go. Hmm. There's one thing I'd like to say in replacement of some of the things I've said before. We're not generally obligated to repopulate this world, but at the same time, it is our God given right for men to be with women and women to be with men. And to the system that inevitably wants to rob us and try to isolate all of us, I kindly say all the negative automated crap that comes from it, it's bullshit. There are good people out there. And the truth of the matter is, it seeks to just basically keep us bombarded with itself. So it can basically just feed off our energy. Oh, wait, I had you already turned on. Wow. Okay. Let's connect this thing here. That way, I have a better way of controlling it. And we have liftoff. I thought so. Took flight, but I gotta charge that battery. Hmm. But anyway, I wanted to try to bring stuff on a more positive note. I think we've heard enough of the negatives for a while. Other than the positive, I mean, other than the negative of things, as far as things that are positive, well, a lot more people are waking up to the stuff that's going on, which is good. People are becoming more aware of what's happening and what's going on behind the scenes. And then more so, it's through the efforts of a lot of people that a lot of things get or a lot of this corruption gets exposed, a lot of things with ulterior motives get found out, and people become more educated as a result. But more so, the younger generation is really where it's going to be at, because it's from them to where we need to pass on this knowledge of a lot of this stuff that's going on. And from that, I can tell you this much. Depending on how they turn out is depending on how the next generation is going to be. This is why they want people who are confusing basically the AI as its own, is for people to be repopulating this world. Now, there's something really odd going on. I knew something odd was up with the one niner, but people who are having children who have already gotten the one niner, um, there's something bizarre happening, man. If you seen on the call of an Uprising's channel, this guy has these odd things happening with his body. Now, some of the stuff that he has happening to him, I've seen it for myself, and I know some of the stuff that could have a reasonable explanation behind it, but it's just some other things that I'm not too certain about. He ended up going to a doctor, and it turns out that his eyes were starting to resemble, and were starting to turn from more of a human type of eye to more of an animalistic type eye. That's just the paperwork, though. I don't know. I didn't get a clear enough video footage of him showing his eye. You can't necessarily just see this stuff in any kind of way. So as a result, you know, it becomes nearly, really difficult to tell the difference. Oh, spider web. This spider web. That's the other thing. But remember, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, don't give them your attention. Everything that is said and done is automatically designed to divert your focus onto them. And whatever comes from that heavily depends on your input due to what they're doing. So if someone acts out, am I going to get angry with them? No. If someone does something completely bonkers, am I going to get upset? No. Nope. If someone talks trash, am I going to engage? No. I'll catch it as evidence, but that's as far as I'll go with it. Nope. All I'm going to do is ignore you and walk away. That's all there is to it. And that's the best insult you can give them. Oh, wait. Now I remember. I left it in here. Should be this one, I guess. So, oh wait, I don't even have. Awesome. Okay, so I got that one. Just bear with me for a little bit. This thing needs to charge before I'm able to use it. Man, wait. Yo, what's up? That's CPC Matt. Hey, how's it going? I'm about to get this thing to. I'm about to fly this thing for you guys, but I got to charge the battery pack for it first. Earlier in the live stream, I was explaining a couple key points on the why a lot of these things that are happening as far as the targeting is concerned, and why it's important for people to not engage into it. But I'll let that. That's already been explained, so I'm not gonna get too far into that. As far as the good things are concerned, because we need to get on more positive terms here. Let the negative, take a powder and just ignore it for a bit. On a good note of things, um, well, how should I put this? Been able to learn a lot more now than I have before. There's some positive there. I'll be able to find more ways of shielding for people, which is also good. But I'm still wondering if it's possible to build a force field. It's matrix adjustment. I changed the channel. Oh, matrix. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while. How you been, man? I wonder I wonder if it's possible that I can go. Oh, wait. I bet that's. Oh, I'm doing well. I've actually been able to disconnect myself from this program a lot more than I have been before, and as a result, I've actually been learning a lot over the past couple of weeks so far. But I still want to. I'm still looking into making like the next project I want to do is try to see if there's possibilities of making a force field. I really think it's possible because if you can like direct energy, then clearly you should be able to use energy in other ways other than just directing it. Nice. Looks like we got 4 people in the chat. We're about to hit 30 minutes so far on the live. I really got to get used to hitting that live button though. I went over a lot of good key information um, over an hour ago, and I didn't even realize that I forgot to hit the live button to start the live stream. And I'm like, wait a minute, why are the participation counts at 0? I couldn't figure it out until I had took a closer look. Malar blocks thermal. I'll definitely look into that. Thank you. Yeah. Oh man, it's a good morning so far. I could give you guys a good view of the park that I'm at. Nothing much really. I'm gonna scroll over to the other side. See all that. Let's see. So Malar blocks thermal. They said that what was that? Plywood can block radiation. So what I was thinking, what I was thinking of doing is I wanted to get I wanted to buy one of those box trucks, one of those like the U-Haul trucks. And I wanted to I thought this was a really good idea because it's practically a house on wheels if you convert it right. And what I wanted to do was have the back section of that truck converted into a small living space. I'm going to have pretty much the works. I'm going to have my generator in there. I'm going to have my bed, everything in the back. And I'll be able to go in and out as I please. And then, as far as the bedroom area is concerned, all of the walls are going to be practically layered with shielding. I figured that would be a really, really good idea. And as far as counter surveillance, I would van life. Well, in this, yeah, I guess it's kind of like van life. It's more of a truck, really, but yeah. I know most people when they convert a vehicle into like a motorized home or whatever, instead of buying an actual motor home, they usually do go for a van. But in this case, I want to go for one of those box trucks because I think that'll have a lot more space, and at the same time, I'll be able to have a lot more ways of counter surveillance that way. Think about air circ. Yeah, I'm gonna put an air. I'm gonna put a filtration system on that too. Especially in a box truck because like I've worked in the back of those things before and it does get hot in there. Let me think. One of the main things I was concerned about as far as work, I wanted to try to get more into the work from home gig so that way I can be on the go and work at the same time. But as far as it goes, like there is a lot of work from home gigs out there, but for the most part, it's um it's kind of difficult to get a work from home job depending on what it is. Because for the most cases, like let's say you're going for like a sales representative job or a type of job that requires you to speak over the phone, they're going to mainly be looking for people who speak multiple languages. If you're in the US, preferably, especially in Texas, they're going to be looking for someone who not only speaks English, but also speaks Spanish as well. Just from the simple fact that we're so close to Mexico. I gotta say, beautiful, beautiful country though. Very, very beautiful. Because a while back, while I was traveling, I actually passed by there. I was only at the border, but I was able to actually see the outer edges of it. It's definitely a beautiful place, but I guess it just depends on where you go. I think I was just wanting in one of the higher classed areas. I don't know what their slums would look like. Let's see, HEPA filter. Um, not sure what that is. I did use I think they call it a humidifier or a dehumidifier, and in fact, I haven't done that in a while now since the last time I had a place to since one of my older places I was staying at. What I did was I had actually took I believe it was a humidifier that I used, and I put iodized sea salt in there in order to get the iodine to basically be projected into that moisture. Unfortunately, that was going to be salt too. But I did that to have that iodine in the oxygen. So that way, of course, there's going to be nano in the oxygen. So, if I put the iodine in that, that would help kill it off. It did its job for a little while until the thing broke. I think the thing had actually no, now that I think about it, it didn't break down, but I had to clean it out from time to time. I need to try to. I wonder if they sell mini pressure cookers because I need to try that trilateral commission again. I haven't used that in a while. I want to be able to invite you guys on the chat, but I think there's like an invitation link that I would have to get for that. Let me see if I can find it. That way you guys can just join in the chat and whatnot. Wait, there it is. Broadcast info. Uh, exit out of that. Vinegar? You mean like apple cider vinegar or just regular vinegar? Oh, that's how I do it. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm gonna send I figured it out. I'm gonna send the link in and you guys can just join at the chat. Let me see here. Post a comment. I don't know why. Okay, I just post that. There. Whoever wants to join the chat, you should be able to click on that and join right in. This will actually be the first time I've ever done this on this channel. Hmm. I kind of envy the birds. They always have a way of just flying away from their problems. That's until the wife comes chasing after them. Like you done brought these little ones into life. You think you just gonna leave? They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do nothing like that. But I'm just joking around. It won't open with app. Oh yeah, I'm not certain as to why. Um, it's probably I don't know if it's because I'm not using the app. Just because I don't know if that's what it is because I'm technically using the browser. Yep. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I guess they don't have that cross platform from app to browser or whatever. Let me think. I think you just gotta make an account with them and then you just go to the website. When you're ready to log in, it sends you a link and then you log in from that link code that they give you. Hey, let me turn this. Oh wait, the detoxer is on. Okay, good. I used the anti nano bucket the other day in conjunction with these, and just as I figured, I got much more of a detox from that than I have without it. Only thing is, we need, from what I realized, we need to find legit sources to get some good food. I mean, food with its actual nutrients still intact. I ate some food from a farm once, and let me tell you that I literally felt like I gained. You know how like you gain energy, or it's not really energy, but like you get that what is that, like that sense of heightness or whatever, or that that higher level of what do they call that? It's from coffee, basically, from like caffeine or espresso. It was something like that, except it was more natural because it was coming from the food, and there was no coffee in that food at all. I just felt like this tremendous amounts of burst of energy just from eating it, and I'm like, okay, I need to stop shopping at the grocery stores, and I need to stop shopping at some of these farms that are actually humanely harvesting food. I looked on Jeff Sensor's channel a while back, and he actually did a live stream. And what they were talking about is there's actually a website out there that you can actually go to and get in contact with these many different farms out there. That wait, looks like I got one. There's one thing on there. Okay,
Yeah, I joined, man, but it's doggone.
there you go.
This thing's tripping out. I don't have the StreamYard, but like you were saying, you use the browser. It let me open it up in the browser. I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
No, you're good.
It's good to talk to you. Hey, this is a good way around any kind of communication blockage with people. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I know they definitely mess with the apps a lot, so I just try to stay away from the
Yeah,
apps for the most
yeah.
part. I figured there would be a lot more people online around this time since it's a Sunday, but I guess either they might be off doing something else, or they could be another live stream going on.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what they do also, Mo, is a lot of times, even though people don't chat, those numbers that they show, there'll be 3 and 4 times that many people in there and they'll botch the numbers.
Oh wow.
What it does is discourage other people from coming in a live stream when they see there's only a few people. A lot of people will bypass that. But anyway, what I'm saying is there could be 6 or 8 people in there and it'll say two.
Yeah. So it's possible that they could be commenting, but I'm just not getting their comments.
Oh, I don't know about the actual chat now. A lot of times they're in there and don't chat, you know.
Uh,
But have you been going live lately? Because if you have, I don't really get notifications. I was just curious.
yeah, a lot of people have been telling me that. I think I have gone a couple months without uploading vids. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but for some reason, it's like most people aren't even getting notifications. I don't know if they're hitting the bell icon or what.
And I tell you, it's hard to remember if you don't use the function on the channel in that discussion tab. A lot of
Yeah,
times, send out like a message, well, I'm about to go live or I'm trying to go live or whatever. For some reason, it seems like most people get those notifications. So even if they didn't get the YouTube live notification, they would get the discussion tab comment going out in their notifications that you were going live. It's like, how you have to work around things when you get blocked.
yeah.
You have to find ways around it. But hey, does that drone you have, does that have a camera on it?
Oh, it does.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, I went over some really good information earlier. In my last vid that I uploaded, I left a link to a someone else's live stream, but they had a lot of good information in there. And I actually used the information I got from that to actually deal with some of the stuff I had to put up with so far. And I got to tell you, they weren't kidding around. Like it is true what they were saying.
Yeah.
Whenever these perpetrators are acting out, they're trying to divert your focus onto them, and that's when this supercomputer is trying to connect to you in that exact moment.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they get you to drop the ball mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of that. And there's a gap right there. It's almost like a threshold. Once it raises or lowers too high through those frequencies, I guess through the hertz. I guess
Yeah,
they're hertz or what, megahertz or whatever. But anyway, yeah, that's what's happening. Oh my God, that's what's happening.
I've noticed. I don't know if you've seen T Loke's channel. Some of the stuff that that he was showing what they were doing. I've noticed it's the same thing is happening around in this area too. Like I'm seeing things that just don't add up. They're starting to have like these patches in the ground and stuff, and it just doesn't make sense. Like you got all these patches in the ground, but then again, you go over an entire freeway, which was fine. I don't know. Half the time, I can't even make sense of why they're demolishing stuff and then reconstructing it.
Hey, that's another thing. Do you know people that are not awake and aware? And I'm not knocking them or bashing them, but people are on different awake and aware, well, their frequencies. But the thing is most people, the majority of people that I see anyway, they won't pay attention to stuff like that. People that are awake and aware, if something is going on around us and it doesn't make any sense, it just doesn't make any sense. And all of us, we're all a lot alike. We're smart, we're in tune, and we see all of this. And these jokers know that junk. And then where it comes into play with that supercomputer, if they can get you to shift your focus from what you're doing, you may just be bending down to tie your shoe, or you may have dropped your bag or whatever. If they can get you, it's that moment where they can get your decision to flip from you focusing to boom, focusing on them. Once you shift your focus off of you to them, they can raise and lower your agitation level through these frequencies. It's so diabolical.
They've tried that a number of times in the past. They've had at least these three women and this guy using the triggers,
Mm-hmm.
and they were doing it to agitate me.
Yep.
I ended up showing her that I'm being hit with a lot of radiation because you could see it on a meter. It's what is that, I forgot what they call those things. One of them I was using when I first started this channel, but the thing was going off the charts, and the lady didn't even know what she was even looking at. That alone tells you people are just not knowledgeable about any of the stuff that's going on, or at
Yeah.
least not enough of them.
Right. It's the information. And you know what I've noticed is a lot of people, it isn't that they're bad people. Here's the problem with all of this is we don't know how much they know when you're talking with someone. So if you can't dump everything on someone at one time, you have to do it in increments, especially stuff like this, because a lot of it is sickening. And what I'm getting at without spending too much time is people just do not want to wrap their minds. They know something is wrong, but buddy, they don't want to see the devil in the details, because then they know if they have the details and the proper information and knowledge, they will have to convert that to wisdom and apply it to their life and go, hey, you know what? This is really happening. These kind of things. I mean, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
How much longer are you going to be live? I'm going to hop off here in a minute. But now that I checked this, now that we know this works, anytime we go live and you want to do this. Now, I didn't even know you could do this, Mo, but I have
Yeah.
to use Yard, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you can either use the app or the browser. Either way, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm like,
But yeah, I would
go ahead.
I would just, for me, I would just rather use the browser.
Yep. It's a lot more secure, I bet. All right, well, I'm gonna hop off here. Hey, thanks for inviting all of us on. I didn't.
Yeah, no problem. Take care, man.
Later.
Yeah.
Hang in, bud.
All right, looks like I'm hitting 28%. I need to plug up this charger for the phone. Oh wow, I'm dropping stuff today. Yeah. Okay. Just give me a second. I gotta switch this stuff around. Okay, there. I'm gonna let this thing charge up a bit. Now that I've already, well, now that I've already let it charge up a bit, I guess I can. I need to swap these batteries and put the other one on charge. And after that, then we'll take flight. Wait, of course. I bet it's in there. And if it's not, nope, it was. Okay. All right. Just give me a second, everybody. I'm gonna get this thing going in just a minute. And I tell you, there's a lot of beauty in this world, and I've seen my fair share of it. There's other places I haven't been to before, though. Never been to Vegas. Been to Florida before, but I think I was dating someone when I was out there. All right, I think this should be good to go. It's not enough juice. I'm about to let that charge for a little while longer. Just not enough juice to take off. And I think about it, I only let it charge for just a couple of minutes, so that does make sense. I don't think I can elevate this thing any kind of way. Nope. All right. Okay. I'll put this thing up until it's ready to charge, or at least until it's charged, then I can go from there. One of the things that a lot of us don't realize is that I'll just say this much: when God created the earth and the heavens and everything, God knew what He was doing. It takes it takes some time and knowledge to come to the understanding of it all. But once you once you do come to terms of what's real, what's real and what's out there to basically divert you from what's real, you start to learn more and more about how the world really works. I'm still not certain as to what the actual history is of our lineage because from what we have is only basically just bits and pieces. And in the end, you can't trust the History Channel. You can't trust what information they're putting out there because in the end, knowledge is power, right? So theoretically, so theoretically speaking, or should I say hypothetically speaking, if knowledge is power, then someone who wished to be in power would naturally try to mess with that for their own interests. It doesn't mean that there may not be, that parts of our true history are out there. But in the end, I can imagine that gaining that knowledge would be somewhat dangerous, getting down to the truth of it. But I mean, in the end, we all are technically living our lives dangerously day by day. There's there's one today I'm doing this live stream of flying the drone for you guys. But I think later on this week I'm probably going to go down to the local zoo and then we can just all check out the animals there. Mm. Yeah, I know it's not fun animals being in captivity, but at the same time, I don't want to get scratched up by your local lioness or a local tiger. I think they got a couple bears in there too. I don't think I've I think they got a few monkeys in there, but I'm not too certain. I can't read the chat from there. And looks like we officially hit 1 hour. Let's see banners. Oh, so that's what a banner is. I think I've seen a couple of those before. Check it out. I guess you can say this is like bird watching. And now he's gone. I ain't got bird seed on me, so I ain't gonna wait to feed them. Oh wait, go back to comments. Remember, if anybody wishes to join the chat, or should I say the live stream, I already put the link in the chat. You just gotta scroll up to find it. Wow, that's a lot of ants. Where they going to? Oh boy. Yep. Looks like they got interested in my bag. I gotta move that. I think I know why this thing is draining. Hold up. Um, I can change this thing around. Oh, you're not charging anymore. Whatever juice was in it was gone, I guess. And I bet, yep, battery saver's not on. That explains a lot. I wonder if I can switch this to screen mode. Let's see, a bit more settings. Camera. Okay, I guess you can only do that when you initially before you initially start the live stream. I'm gonna put this thing back on charge. It's not gonna work. I have to figure something else out for that. Huh? Wait, was not sure. I think Matrix was trying to rejoin. Oh, if he was, he'll leave a comment, I guess. Oh, dude, that battery's getting low. Damn. Battery's getting too low. Wait, that's a second. Oh, I think he is trying to. Sorry about that. I was wondering if that was you trying to join. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
It's cool. Hey, I'm still getting the hang of this too. Yeah, I was running my delivery apps, trying to make a few bucks, and nothing's going on for a little bit. So I was like, let me go back and hang out a minute. I can at least be live while you get. You think you're gonna be able to get the drone up in there?
I'm just letting the battery charge right now, and then I'm
Oh
gonna try.
yeah, okay.
I made the attempt earlier, but I didn't have it charged for long enough.
Oh yeah, I got you. Well, I was just gonna hang out. I don't, you know. Yeah, I kind of like this StreamYard deal, the way people can join and talk during the live stream. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think they got other ones similar to this. Just not sure what the name of them were or is.
And this is good because, you know, a lot of us, this is an old habit. I'm just saying out loud. A lot of people have trust issues and stuff and don't really want to be going out and about and dealing with people they don't know. And, you know, unless you have to. And what
Yeah.
I'm saying is you can go live on these streams, and those of us that, you know, it isn't that we have to trust one another. We all know when legit people are around is what I'm getting at. And
Yeah.
hang out on these streams and actually, you know, I've seen them hang out 3 and 4 hours, and it's just cool because, you know, people can come and go. I mean, you could talk about whatever,
Yeah.
share ideas. There's a lot of times it's hard to convey in just a 1 or 2 sentence chat what you're trying to say, you know.
Right.
Excuse me.
I checked out a lot of them. I don't know if you've seen Ti News's channel.
Right. Yeah, I like that channel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That guy that runs that channel's a trip too. He doesn't take any junk.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Uh,
That bad boy has a turbo on it, doesn't it?
what
Oh,
the
that sounds
drone?
like the blades rotors on the drone.
I gotta. I'm gonna have to replace the blades sometime because they when I first started out they got chipped because they hit the wall.
Yeah.
But even with these chipped wings, it's still able to function.
Hey, what's the ceiling? What's the altitude ceiling? About 800 feet.
I got the paperwork for it somewhere, but I don't have it on me at the moment.
Oh, I
So I'm not
got you.
sure. When I first was looking into getting a drone, I started seeing this other stuff saying, you know, commercial licensing. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I looked a little bit further, and it turns out that, you know, you can actually fly a drone without the paperwork as long as it's as a hobby, not commercially. I'm like, wait a minute. People do advertising through drones? I've never even known that.
No, it's yeah, it's a big secret, I guess. But hey, something else. I got to looking into them because I know very little about them. It was a year or two ago I started looking into it. Well, anyway, long story short, supposedly it's like some of us have been even some of those. I've seen these in my yard before. I mean, this was a couple years ago. But what I'm getting at is they can target people with these drones because according to the FAA, there are no regulations. In other words, if you're right there where you are in the park, I can literally go 200 yards away from you and sit there and bring a drone right down in your face and fly it around your head and everything. And
Mm.
according to the FAA, it's all open airspace. In other words, there aren't any rules. Harassment.
Yeah. When I was
Rules is what.
traveling, going across city lines all the way out in the country lands, even like as far as Oklahoma, Iowa,
Dang.
and yeah, I went way. I really traveled, dude. I went through the Badlands and everything. I saw some of the most beautiful places on this planet, or at least in this continent that I've ever seen, and I would have never thought. It's like stuff that you would see out of the movies. I went through all of these huge rocky mountains. It was just the
Oh yeah.
view was
So
just
you went.
breathtaking.
I didn't mean to walk on you right there, but I mean interrupt you. But look, Mo, did you go up through Utah, Wyoming?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh
I did.
man. Yeah, those canyons and all of that.
Yep.
Goodness. Could you imagine back in the day though, Mo, those guys and gals on horses and buggies going
Yep.
through the area? Probably took them 2 years to get to another county.
Yep. Those mountains were huge though. Like, you know, it's almost as if like you're driving right next to a freaking skyscraper or something.
Yep, it's insane.
I think I have a few photos from some of the places I've seen. I'll probably share those on one of my lives.
Cool.
I actually went by a campgrounds and they actually they actually had, I don't know if you call this fool's gold or whatever, but it was like gold particles all in the soil right next to the stream of
Oh,
water.
odds are that was real gold.
Yeah.
Gold flake. I think that I don't know if they manufacture it, but I think they call those flakes something like monatomic gold. Or no, or, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna shut up. I'm getting something crossed up.
Uh,
Doggone, I had something right on the tip of my tongue. Hey, that's another thing. I've seen more than a handful of people talking about this absent-mindedness and this brain fog and memory lapse. Like, I have a little short-term memory loss. I used to smoke a lot of pot, but aside from that, it's my mind's good. But I've noticed lately, have you been doing this, Mo, or anybody else if they're out there? Go to do something, and it's like the second you go to do it, it's like you forgot what you were doing.
yeah, they do. They've done that to me a couple of times. They have. Oh,
And
hang
it
on. Hey,
go,
Rose, if you want to join the chat, I left a link in the comments if you wish to join.
yeah, I was standing by the fact. I say this a lot, and it's true. The majority of us are exactly alike, and the high intelligence is one of the top things. So the day awake and aware individuals who try to detox the best they can, they fast periodically, so on and so forth. We keep drugs out of our system for the most part, sober minded. The day people like that start getting absent minded and extremely forgetful, it gets so bad sometimes that it almost makes me panic. Like, oh my God, am I losing my mind or something? You're telling
Right.
me I have Alzheimer's at this age? This kind of stuff. I don't mean to get too intense, y'all. Excuse me.
Ro- Rose just said that Nappy got arrested.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't know if it was from the protesting or what, but they'll try to yeah, they don't like that at all. I mean, it's the right thing to do to protest this stuff, but yeah, they're not gonna like any of that.
Yeah, Nappy Headed Roots has been doing that a long time.
But that's usually what they'll do. They'll try to sensitize you, trigger you, and then it's to get you to like set yourself up
Right,
for some BS.
right, where their hands are freaking completely clean.
Yeah.
They'll come out smelling like a rose and your tail will be sitting in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have to be thinking. Or, hey, I've seen it. I've done it on countless live streams. They'll suck me right into it.
Wait, targeted Tony. Los Angeles never has any. Okay. I've never. Well, in the end, like as for Tony, I'm not too sure on that. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm very well aware like that can happen, but at the same time, there are people who are trying to remain under the radar from the surveillance system. That's probably like why they're not too much on social media.
That's what I'm doing. I'm off grid. It's
Yeah.
hard though, man.
Oh, I know. I know.
It's hard, brother. Anyway, the main thing about off grid is keeping your devices charged.
Yeah.
You need to go into Mickey D's. I mean, you definitely have to expose yourself to get your devices charged. But I mean, other than that, you can do your business in the woods and eating and all of that. But as far as charging your devices and solar with the chemtrails, I mean, it can take you 3 or 4 days to get a device to charge with the thick overcast.
Yeah.
But I mean, it gets it done. At least you won't be stranded. But the solar, I just couldn't get it to work for me. Maybe I'm impatient. I mean, don't get me wrong, it works, but your expectations of how fast it's going to charge should be non-existent until you use equipment.
Yeah. If
You-
if I go through with getting that moving truck and converted it into a motorhome, I think I'm definitely gonna try to have like I need to look more into it because I think this was I think it was Miss Travares. I can't remember her other name though. But she was mentioning something about how they're weaponizing even the solar panels. I'm like, how is that even
Oh man.
possible? Yeah, I don't even understand. Like, how is that even? I mean, I have to look more into it, but I was trying, like, if I was going to get that truck, I wanted to try to have solar panels on the top of it. That way, I'm
Right.
using that to charge my stuff up and not the truck battery.
Right. Yeah, because especially if you get that truck, you definitely don't need that battery going dead that powers the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because that's some new information to delve into.
Yep. It's literally a home on wheels. You don't have to spend over $1,000 or two, or actually, no, I take that back. You don't have to spend like $100,000 on the motorhome.
Right. Hey, Mo, you're talking about like a retired U-Haul or something, right?
For the expensive ones, yeah, kind of like that. Like they come in the form of buses, but the thing I'm talking about getting is like one of those box moving trucks and just
Right.
converting that into a motorhome.
Right. Just like a 38 footer or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like 2 men in a truck or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I got
Funny
you.
thing, I think
Completely self.
it wasn't it
My bad.
wasn't 2 men in the truck, but I've worked for a company before that actually was next door to those guys' company.
Hey,
What
they
was
moved the
funny,
car
I'm like, I
right
wonder if the
beside
owner of the place I work at is getting into an argument with the guy with them over who's getting more customer service.
That's wrong though, man. Park your business right beside. Hey, we're $10 cheaper. Come over here. Those guys make some good money, but they bust their tails.
Yeah,
You know,
I met a lot of good people through them though.
yeah, a lot of hardworking, solid earth people. They say dirty hands, clean money.
Yeah,
Definitely need to be working in jobs and being productive. It's just,
it's
excuse me, go ahead.
it's difficult because they try around every turn. Oh wait, I think this might be Rose. Yep, there she is. Hold on, did it work? Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
Hey Rose.
excuse me.
Wait, can you Rose, can you hear us or
I noticed if you aren't familiar with that setup, when you click the link, it has two buttons, and if you don't watch it, you'll block your mic access or your camera. You know,
yeah, it does do that. You
you
have
know,
to it'll
used to,
turn red with a slash if it's muted.
yeah. Anytime you're using a new interface, you gotta have to get used to it. But real quick, can I say on those jobs just for a second while y'all are getting that kink worked out? Look, for anybody else out there too, and I'm even applying this. Like I deliver food, and this gas price is about have me tapping into any extra money I make. But what I'm getting at is anyone out there needing work and jobs, if you can't get, like Mo was saying, the work,
Whoa. Rose, you got wow. What hello? Hold up. I gotta mute that. I don't know what that was about. Wow.
yeah, that was kind of rough.
Why did she have all that static in the background?
I was about to say, just to communicate with you, brother, it was on my end too. So it wasn't just on your end. It
Yeah,
was horrible.
I give people a chance, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm a
That, hey, Mo, that sounded like actual physical signal interference to me. That wasn't just background feedback.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, everything isn't a conspiracy.
Hey!
It's still happening. I think
I think,
that could be coming from the attacks on her end, I think.
and I think her device might.
I did not unmute her. I didn't. I swear I didn't.
I even. Well, I'm just letting you guys know. I even muted my mic on my end to see if it would clear it up, and it wouldn't. So
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know, because I mean, you don't know on y'all's end if you don't, you know. But the good thing is we know that it works. I mean, the thing.
Yeah. Looks like she jumped out.
Can I finish that point on the job real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I think this may be important. Well, it is important. Anyone out there, listen, I'll cut to the chase. When you go to get your job, people, please, it could sound like the dream job. It is important for you to really feel what your gut's telling you. You could be walking into a setup. I'm not saying you are, but definitely use your intuition. That's all I'm saying, because you do not want to posture and position yourself and bank on a job around a bunch of gang stalkers. That's all I was going to say. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm around a good amount of people, but like they get how should I say, either manipulated or they're getting. Wait, it's got telling you to. Well, I'll let Tony and Rose deal with that one. Wow, now I'm losing track of thought here. Okay, where was I? Okay, with the stuff I'm dealing with, they do have a percentage of people who are perps, while simultaneously they have a percentage of people who are they're just using this technology to get to act out.
Right. Yeah, there's two different things. That's important. You have
The sun is beaming.
Yeah, I was going to say you have the bona fide perps, and then you have the ones that their minds are not girded or protected for whatever reason, and they're susceptible to these suggestions, these type of things.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we can. So did Rose ever figure out?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't expecting that to happen at all. I could hear her trying to say hello, whatever, but
Right.
all that static.
Yeah, that sounded like a ham radio or something, or like a number station is what they call it. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh man.
So Mo, did you take a van up there, or did you ride up there?
No, I was helping this guy out and we were basically basically it was kind of like a vacation in a way, but we were traveling all throughout the country.
Oh, okay.
And all the while, dude, we were being traced by not traced, but tracked and followed by this damn drone in the sky.
Dang.
Through those freaking Rocky Mountains, you could see it clear as daylight, right up there in the sky. This thing followed us for over 40 miles. And I'm like, what kind of freaking battery do they have in a drone like that?
Yeah, that's some military grade stuff, because I tell you something else. You know when you can really see these drones, Mo, when you're out and about, is right as the sun is going down, before you can see any stars. You can see those freaking drones, man, plain as day.
Yep.
If they're up there, you know. That was at night?
Oh yeah. It was at night.
And the dang thing's moving all slow and stuff too. And it'll move left and right on the same even, line. Like, I mean, sometimes you just have to laugh at this shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Goodness. But it makes you wonder, though, who ordered that? Like,
Right,
I doubt artificial intelligence orders the drones. I mean,
right.
who knows how automated it is?
I do believe that a large amount of people are definitely influenced by artificial intelligence, even when they
Oh,
are not
oh,
aware. But there's got to be some people who are not influenced by that stuff who is responsible for this going on.
but I think, look, you know what? I could be wrong, but I doubt it. The most of us, it goes back to us being highly intelligent, all of us, and awake and aware, in tune, a little bit sensitive, most of us, or a lot, at least a little bit, because emotions. And here's what I'm getting at. We, our minds, this stuff they're doing to us that we can't see, yeah, they can hit us with weapons and all of that. The point I'm making is our minds are so dynamic that that garbage really is not enough to pin us. They have to go actually use these NPCs, these devils with skin, whatever you want to call them, gang stalkers. They have to use physical people to come after us. See,
Right,
their weapons and their technology, yeah, they can reach around the world, but to localize it and really distribute and display the power of it, when you're awake and aware, they have to, that thing has to just spin out of control trying to find ways to trap you, what they call the hyper game theory and stuff. And see, that's what the physical gang stuff. That's why say this right here. If you drink water, breathe air, or eat food, you are targeted, my friend. But not everyone is gang stalked. The
right.
people who are gang stalked, we are those individuals that are awake and aware, extreme critical thinking, razor sharp focus. Yeah, we're still humans, but we're bright and we're brilliant. That's just a dang fact. And that we're the ones, the people that are gang stalked. I really believe we're the ones. I mean, I'm hesitant to say chosen. I mean, what would we be chosen for? But we're clearly the real children of God, because we're the ones that all of these satanic resources are being dumped on top of our skulls all at once to try to destroy us and get us to commit suicide, get us to lash out, shoot somebody, stab somebody, rob somebody, so you can wind up in jail and they can kill your ass in jail. Oh, oh, well, he died in jail. Oh, well, it's kind of like end of story. I
Yeah,
mean, excuse me, y'all, I can hit the weeds on this stuff. It gets old. That's
yeah. I had because like earlier when I was younger, I was questioning a lot of stuff that was
right.
happening, and it was like the people I was around at the time just had a completely negative mentality about it. And I'm like, wait a minute, why is it that it's clearly an emotional situation going on here to where this guy is unstable and he's in possession of a firearm, but it's not like he wants to hurt anybody. But something has happened that led this guy off edge. And let me think. It was a situation to where I don't know if this was on cops or something else, but he oh wow, that's where all those ants are coming from. I was wondering why they kept passing by and they're all coming from the garbage can. Okay. Anyway, there was this guy, he was in a situation, he wasn't letting his family out the house and he had a gun in his hand, but he didn't hurt anybody. Something else was going down, and I was asking, like, clearly something ain't right about this. Something's clearly going on, but I couldn't figure out what it was. The guy who was also watching the same show, his thought was cops need to just shoot his ass and get it over with. I'm like, dude,
No,
if that's where if that's your solution to things, then this stuff like this will never stop. Like
no,
instead of just taking the easy way out, find a solution just so this stuff never happens again.
there you go. There you go.
Uh, I would like to get close enough to one of those birds to give you guys a look at one of them because they're beautiful looking, but they're gonna run away the minute I go anywhere near them, or should I say, fly away?
Yeah, I tell you, if people aren't into birds or nature, it can bring you a lot of healing and peace.
Yeah.
Just to take a few minutes and go, oh, look at the beautiful birds and thank you, Lord, or whatever for creation. Give the universe or creation some thanksgiving and you'll get some peace and reconciliation.
I'm guessing. Usually, what was her name? Oh, I really haven't been on YouTube in a while. I really haven't been on YouTube in a while. It's mostly because of their search. Has anybody else noticed the weirdness of the search suggestions in YouTube lately?
Oh, yeah.
I stay away from the trending as well because it's just gotten out way out there. And the commercials are even worse.
Yeah, and I've noticed a lot of times, hey, I don't know about anybody else. This happens on my end all the time. If I hit a video, it instantly starts playing the ad. The thing is, that skip ad thing, it's like it freezes my device until the ads finish playing. I'm like, this is bogus.
Oh, just watch. If you're looking to watch YouTube, just watch it through Brave, through the Brave browser. You won't get any commercials that way. And if they try to give you commercials, they're going to have to pay you for that.
Oh, so you mean I can use the Brave browser on the device?
You can watch YouTube through Brave, and you won't get no advertisements.
But that can be downloaded on a phone?
You can get the Brave app, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, I didn't. I'm not much of a techie anymore. I got out of computers after Windows XP, but anyway.
I wanted to do more research on technology, but I'm just been hesitant on it lately. I just don't know if I even want to go as far as I really could.
Hey, Mo, I tell you, man, I was just about to say, the technology they're using now is technically old. I'm telling you, either I've just researched enough or I don't know about how it's kind of like, listen, I mean, I don't know how much more I want to even know. I'm not sure at what point does it become toxic. All I'm saying, I'm not knocking what you were saying, that, but
I gotta try to change this again.
This whole hyper game theory with that San Diego supercomputer lab and that quantum processor Sycamore Google made that they sent to Los Alamos that does all the human experiments, that's cause for concern.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, this is why I keep tape on my front cameras at all times.
Absolutely. Band-aid.
Just now, if you guys notice that the camera just shut off, it wasn't me that did it. This is why you use a screen recorder too, because you can see, you'll be able to tell and see. Well, actually, not even a screen recorder would be good for this because I would say like an outer camera, just record the screen from a different camera, separate from your phone. Because then you can easily tell you're not pushing anything, but someone's clearly have remote access of your device.
Right. Yep.
Just now, when the camera shut off, and I didn't do it, I had to turn it back on and then immediately switched over to the front camera. You ain't gonna see nothing from there because I got tape on it.
Now, I'm pretty sure I did see it like a nanosecond blip. It went blip.
Yeah.
I'm positive. But I'm also looking in the direction of the sun. So anyway. But yeah, you're right. Hey, I keep a Band-Aid on mine, man. People, hey, you'd be surprised the people that will say, why do you have tape on your device? Like, oh my goodness, please don't even talk to me. Like if you have to ask that question, you don't need the answer.
Yeah.
I
I
tell you something else, and I'm not going to start on it too bad, but this geoengineering, I'm telling you what, brother, I don't know what they're spraying on us, but you can literally see the freaking smart dust in the air in the daytime. You know how you can see it at night with lights a lot of times?
yeah.
I don't know. This stuff's so heavy. If you can get on a background of green trees and just stare in one spot, you can see this trash everywhere. I'm just like, oh, good grief. It just makes me, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Y'all, anybody that can hear us, they already know the truth. It's, I don't know about you guys, but would you trade it for the world? Would you
I
go
would.
to having your eyes closed and live in a state of denial? I don't think I would.
There was one thing, it was something I posted a while back, and it was dealing with these glasses. I had put two different frames together, and I looked at my computer screen and I noticed there was this unusual looking spiral coming from it.
Oh
I
man,
looked this
I saw
up.
that. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
looked this up on line to see if other people had the same thing, like with their phones, and some people did say it was due to the polarity to the glasses. So I'm like, wait a minute, I can see that through these glasses, but I can't see it without those glasses.
Oh,
So I had a theory that what if you can actually convert polarity in such a way to where you can see that of which was not meant to be seen, because you can see
oh,
directed energy with the what do they call that, a night vision camera or an
right,
infrared camera.
right.
You would literally see it. So what if you were able to design a pair of glasses that can actually see certain things that actually show that this crap is happening?
Oh,
Like
wow.
for instance, radio waves. You can't see radio waves, but what if there's a way to see them?
Right. So I see what you're getting at, Mo. And in a way, it's the same concept as the 3D glasses concept. You merge two different lenses. They're not necessarily correct, but you merge two different lenses. Kind of like if you took, like you said, two different eyeglasses
Uh huh.
and super glued them together in the middle or whatever. 3D glasses, they use two different lenses. In other words, if you turn 3D glasses around backwards, they won't work.
Right.
They have
That
to be
remind that reminds me. Here's a another thing of shielding that I use. It's something I'm able to wear along with my prescription glasses. They
right,
literally these the way that these glasses are designed, you can see that they got the yellow frames,
right.
but they're designed to literally fit over almost every pair of prescription glasses. So it doesn't even look like I'm wearing two pairs.
Oh, cool. You got those off Amazon?
Oh yeah, I did.
Excuse me.
I remember that I'm not sure how he's doing now because he hasn't uploaded a video in a while. He actually said he was gonna take a take off of social media for a while. It was
Right.
Vulcan Wolverine. He showed a pair of glasses that were something like that. They were yellow frames. The thing I like about these is that it's not only the yellow frames in the front. Hold on, looks like my cam's freezing up. Can you guys still? Okay, there it is. It's got the frame. It's got the frames on the side as well.
Right. Yeah, that's Hey Mo, how are we doing on the time? Like, do we have a few minutes still?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, because I wanted to say something about those lines and those swirls. I think I left a comment on there, but regardless, you're talking about the polarity and seeing these lines and those circles. If people aren't familiar with it, you could go in a few seconds and pull up images. What was that?
Yeah,
Oh, I was going to say these swirls, for instance, a white background and black swirls, or a black background and white swirls. That goes back to, they introduced that in the hippie counterculture in the early 60s, probably in the late 50s, but regardless, the whole point is that was really used in early mind control programs. And if I'm not mistaken, the father of MK Ultra, who was Aldous Huxley, British intel agent, under the cover of being a philosophical professor. But anyway, I don't want to hit the weeds. If I'm almost positive, He's the one that even came up with that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact here's what I'm getting at. Out of all of the images in the entire universe, you're telling me when this cross polarization, light interaction / interference, whatever it was, with these glasses that you did and other people see, how is it that the exact image that you see is the original image that was used in the early mind control programs and introduced into the LSD culture for people tripping and getting their head all screwed up? You
Right.
can't make it up.
I actually got the lens right here if you guys want to see it. I just got to pull it out of my pack here. I got it somewhere. One of the things I was going to do earlier last week, or should I say this week, because unless Sunday's the first of the week, I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
I was actually planning on going into a movie theater and one of these brand new motion pictures that got released. I think the movie was called it's something about this guy and these planes or whatever. I forgot the name of it. Top Gun or something. I was gonna go in there with these frames and do the same thing there, because if people are saying that it was happening with their phones and it's happening with a computer screen, I'm like, I wonder if the same thing applies to the screens in a movie theater.
Yeah. Well, look real quick. They do, Mo. You know how, for instance, people know what Morse code is. So you could go beep, 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 beep. Okay, you get the point. What
Yeah.
I'm getting through these flicker rates, that's what they do. So if you pay attention when you're watching something, the screen, you have to pay attention. It'll go blip, 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 blip. And what it's doing is that shit, excuse me, I'm trying not to cuss. It's doing Morse code into your freaking subconscious. So even though you aren't paying attention per se, your subconscious is picking up on the visual Morse code, if that makes sense, through
Right.
flicker rates on the cameras and screen. Anyhow, yeah. All of this, everything we experience ties into everything. Go ahead, Mo.
I had used silicone glue to attach these two lenses together,
Yeah.
but unfortunately the frames broke, but I still have the lenses. So you can see this. That's a yellow
Yep.
lens from a pair of sunglasses, but they're reflective shades. Wow, and if I flip it back, you can see that that's a blue shade.
Right.
You got yellow there and blue there. They
Yep.
have another shade, which is pink. I'm going to try to get one of those and see what else I'm able to see. Robert Stanton said that he was using this laser sunglasses and he was putting them frame over frame in the different shades, because they got a yellow. I don't know if they got a blue with the laser ones, but I know they got a yellow, they got a green, and they got clear.
I would imagine it's every color in the chromatic spectrum. But yeah.
Yeah, I figured if you were to add several, from what he said on one of his videos, he added several frames together and he was actually able to see their laser weapon system as it
Oh
was,
my gosh.
yeah, as it was coming into his living space.
You know what? This is kind of exciting. I mean, you're on to something. Hey, you know what? If you get this, or whoever's doing, and more people have, access to better resources, y'all know what I mean. So imagine like stacking 3 or 4 lenses together, like you're talking about, the yellow, blue, pink, and green, whatever the case is, and then put those on. Oh my God, dude. Could you imagine if you were literally seeing their junk coming and stuff? That would just be overwhelming.
But you see, that's what I was planning on doing. I was going to put those lenses in front of a camera and just record that stuff and then post it online.
Right. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Even if the results aren't what we'd like or you would like, you know what I'm saying? It would still be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, just to keep our brains working and coming up with new ideas and all of this and sharing the information. That's what it's about.
I think this drone might be ready to take off now. I just got to check.
All right.
It's been at least almost 2. Oh wow, the charger fell out again.
Well, I've enjoyed hanging
least
with
almost
you, Mo,
2
talking to you.
hours.
Appreciate you having me on.
All right. Yeah, the charger keeps falling out.
I'm going to hang out for a few, but I'll be quiet. I'm actually going to mute my.
Just got to swap these batteries, then we'll be good to go. All right. Put this one on charge. Oh wow, dude, that sun is beaming today. Let's see. Okay, we got liftoff. It's going pretty good. Go higher, higher, higher than that.
Sweet.
Forward.
Man, that's a trip. I have to get into these drones. Shoot, have to get them where you can afford one.
This one only cost me just or I think like around 100 or $150. Wasn't too expensive, but unfortunately, a lot of TIs aren't really good on finances. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I'm in that boat right now, but it's cool. You can be so broke, we're still millionaires. Dang, how long have you been flying that drone? You're pretty good with it.
yeah, I've had to get some practice in.
Would you go to?
Oh no, too close, too close, too close. Oh
Hey,
wow.
that clip almost wound it up one of those fail videos.
Yep. I don't know how much juice I got in this battery, so I don't want to take her too high.
Oh man, will it stall out and you won't be able to get the receiver?
No, it has its own landing maneuverability, so it'll just land okay.
I got you. But I tell you what, that would be killer. You know what? If you could put one of those drones up at night above you, wherever you were while you were traveling, and it could stay up there, and at any time you could tap it and see the camera, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
What's the life? Is it like 20 or 30 minutes of the battery, Mo?
I think the battery is only like 24 minutes or 30.
All right.
I don't want to turn this into myself.
That bad boy sounds like it would really move on a straight line versus up, you know.
Yep.
You know what just hit me? I wonder if hunters use those.
They probably do to get a good look at the landscape.
So your camera, how did you get it on the live? Is your camera on the drone live streaming?
No, they're effing with this device, so I'm not gonna do that. I could, but I just
Oh,
don't.
oh,
Yeah, I don't trust doing that.
oh, okay. Never mind. You know what? The device is kind of far away from me. I see now. I see what's going on. My bad.
Yeah, I got the. It's got a mount. It's technically got a mount for the phone, so you guys are able to view the live stream while I'm watching the drone as I go.
Right. Gotcha.
I'm gonna try to land it on this table.
Uh-oh. Come on now. You can drive it that good. I mean, fly it that good. No, that's a steady hand, brother.
This air current, though.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him, y'all. Somebody's been practicing.
It keeps trying to go forward, and man. Nope. But it still landed on its feet, though. Close enough.
Yeah, that was a decent landing. To get it that close.
Yep. I'm still working on it, but I'm getting there. All right, let's try taking off again.
Hey, you know what just hit me up?
What happened?
Hey, remember those camera glasses you had a while back?
Yeah.
Imagine if you could just like tape or hang, or you could use a zip tie and hang the camera glasses from the drone. You could have two cameras going. Well, you know what? You wouldn't need two cameras because you can spin it. Never mind, that wouldn't work. I'm thinking out loud, man.
But the one thing, yeah, they didn't like me using those. I think it was I forgot which part of Texas I was in when this happened. They started effing with it, but it turns out I wasn't the only one that they did that to. Yeah, they don't like their stuff being seen at all, really.
No, and I
It
remember.
completely just defeats the purpose of trying to basically set you up and everything.
Right, and that one I saw one. I think it might have been your last camera glasses video when you went to the grocery store. I was like, I said to myself, he didn't have those on. Sure enough, these have been perked out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think they were trying to set me up or something to get me outside where most of their perpetrators were at. But get this, I go to one Greyhound station. They don't have a sign where that guy, that security guard was tripping out.
oh
Then I
man,
go to a different
dude.
Greyhound station and they have signs. And I'm like, you see, was that so hard to have signs on the
No
they literally
joke.
have signs.
And you know what? That I'm trying not to be derogatory. That dude walked up, and do you know he kept anyone sitting down, if someone walks up to you, his weapon was on his side. It's going to be eye level with a person. And he kept posturing his weapon like where that's the only thing you could see. Like, what are you going to do, bish? Kind of like that attitude. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah, man, that infuriated me, that video now. Anyhow.
Yeah, from what they said, a lot of the I won't say everyone because I think some TIs, because a lot of people have worked in certain jobs and they don't know this stuff was going on. I
Right.
worked in Walmart and I didn't even know this crap was going on. But there is a large amount of security that is involved in this program.
Absolutely. Whacking hut. That's a little, I mean, they're big and been around a long time. People don't talk about them really, but Whacking Hut is big in it.
Yeah.
I've been having so much fun hanging out with y'all and you that I lost my freaking car keys. What in the world?
Think I might got it this time. Hold up. I gotta see where I'm at. Got it. Wasn't easy, but I got it.
Good job.
Oh. Wait, that's what that was this whole time? I didn't get a good look at it, but someone wasted a freaking cake. Dude, that's a waste of food right there.
Yeah, can't be throwing food away now. Throwing food away should be a crime.
Yeah.
I'm going to hop off here, Mo. I enjoyed hanging out with you, brother.
Yeah. Take care, Matrix.
Yeah. All right, bye, y'all.
Let's see. Oh, wow. It's been 2 hours. I see what he did. I'm only just now noticing that. Oh, wow. Okay. That's why you keep one of these on handy. Can't be too careful. And that fell. Oh, okay, we're still alive. Awesome. Charge. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Turn this thing off so I don't run out of juice. Same goes for this. Okay. That first flight was pretty good. Man. I think I'm almost hitting 3 hours in the live. Let's see. Nope, only 2 hours and 7 minutes. Huh. Oh, wow. I think I'm gonna go for another flight for a bit. I don't know how much juice is in that battery. Okay. Kind of think of it. Hold up. I got one right now. That's definitely going to cause interference with the flight battery. So since the wind is blowing from my left, I'm going to have to steer hard to the left. But I dare not go too far elevated. Okay. Make a hard left. Got it. Go down, go down, go down. Too close. This is as suspected. Go forward. All right. It's like the wind pattern's changed. Go the other way. Go away from there. All right, let's try to make another landing again. You probably see that wasted cake on the ground from here. Let's go forward. It's like the wind stabilized. I might be able to make a better landing this time. Got it. Nice. All right, next, I'm going to take off from here and try to land on a table over there. Nice. Okay, what's the next option? I'm gonna go. Okay. Oh, it's close. All right, bring it close. Close. There. No, I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not going in the garbage can with this. I want to try to see if I can go under the table. Nope, that's too low. I'm not getting enough air from that. Maybe if I just go under the center part of the table, just in between the seat and the actual table itself. All right, let's try to do this. Ah, nope, nope. Just land, just land. Almost had it. Almost had it. Doesn't look like the blades got chipped, which is good. Okay. Nope. That wind. I'm getting wind interference, and a lot of it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about the wind because technically it's cooling me off because of the heat. But at the same time, it makes flying difficult. It's like we hit 2:15, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Mhm. I probably will try to do a live stream with the drone footage in place, or I'll just basically elevate the drone, record some footage via that, and then share, basically just post that on the channel. Mhm. Whew. All right. I think I'm ready for another flight. The wind feels like it's subsided now. Wait, am I? Let's see. This went off to that wind really did carry off to such a distance. Whoa. Go up a bit. Go down. Whoa. Down. Away from the pole. Get away from that pole. Nope. Too much wind. Now, if you use this thing to ride the wind currents as you're flying, you're gonna go fast. But you got to be mindful of what obstacles are in front of you as you're moving around. All right, get back here. Let me go a bit lower. Maybe I'll get better control. Got it. Oh.
I'll have to go ahead and end this live. Battery's getting low. I'm at 16%. It's been fun. Take care, everybody. And stay tuned for the next one.